Hello everybody and welcome to episode 29 of the Chesterfield of Dreams, and today we're just going to make a brief stop in our early pre-season preparations to say well done to Tommy Lee for 11 years of service, and today is his testimonial game against the club where he began his career against Manchester United at home. So that's a great coup for the club to pull in Manchester United for another game, but this time it'll be in Derbyshire, so that's great. But here's a look at Tommy Lee and his career stats. Like, obviously he didn't get to play much in the last two seasons, but otherwise he's been a rock in the defence, keeping between the sticks. So absolutely brilliant that we can celebrate this day. But Macclesfield and Manchester United's loss is definitely Chesterfield's gain. All these appearances, more than 300. You can probably see it in this message. 375 games for Chesterfield, and we play Manchester United in that testimonial, as I mentioned. Their manager, Sinisa Mihajlovic, I think won the league with them last season. Am I correct? They won the double, yes. So what a coup to get the champions of Europe and the champions of England into our fair shores. So despite Chelsea winning 3 in a row, it's actually Man United now the champions of Europe. So that's fantastic as we return to the championship, raring to go after being relegated a few seasons ago. Now to talk about some awards. I think there were a fair few last season we want to talk about. The PFA Player of the Year was Adam Armstrong. The Golden Boot was a three-way tie, but the young man Fethi Borja, who's a Tottenham player and very much in demand, was the winner ahead of our own Lee Griffiths and Adam Armstrong. And last but not least, the Manager of the Year was yours truly. So a bit like Owen Hart, I got 2 slammies. Woo! Yeah, so basically I've got my 2 awards. No one else can lay claim to that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I need to say there. And team of the season, I really remember. But now let's just talk about our transfer business. And we have a nice influx of finances, so we're back in the white after going in debt. But we should be able to reimburse that through ticket sales and TV money and all that. So now let's see what we've done with transfer business, shall we? So it's a sad goodbye for Gary Roberts, Daniel Jones, Sam Clucas, and Maurice DeVille. They're all gone. Some young guys also out of the club, and we're also negotiating some loan deals. But in terms of signings brought in, Everton's youngster Stephen Kinsella can play either flank and has some very good stats at only 20 years of age, particularly the physicals. So we've had a few injuries here and there with the likes of Aribli. So we want to fill in either of those wings as best we can. So we have this young man for the rest of the season. And then speaking of which, Adam Armstrong, for incredibly bizarre reasons, no one had bothered to sign a new contract with him, and particularly for Oldham's sake, they couldn't get him on a permanent. So in I swooped to steal that bargain, and now we have the 2 of the 3 most potent League One strikers of last season in the club. So this is exactly what we need to fill the gap between the quality of our strikers. He's really, really good, only 22 years old, and he must be from the northeast, surely. Let's just see nationalities. No, it's unknown, but I presume as a Newcastle youngster, he's come from the northeast. But we'll see how he does in front of goal, despite competition from Griffiths. And now let's talk about our new left back. Another position I felt was vulnerable. It should now be plugged by Sean Kavanagh, who's a Fulham youth after initially playing for Belvedere, which is very interesting. He hasn't had a stellar career, but he was very strong on loan to Bradford last year. He played nearly every game, so he should do some business for us. And then probably the best signing was Sid Nelson, who can play midfield, central and defensive duties in equal measure. So he could really be handy as we want to stop our suffering in defence. So he's very much a ball-winning midfielder, which is I always love having ball-winning midfielders. And he's already £2.5 million euros worth, and he's got a lovely long-term contract, so fantastic signing. I had to redo the deal because my director of football did the deal initially, and he lost it because I didn't organise my finances correctly, but I just started again and we got basically a similar deal for him. So that's pretty much what I've planned to do with the squad. Apart from that, it's generally the same set of players. I don't plan to sell anyone else, but one thing I will say, where is he? He's down here. Sean Wilson, he's our attacking midfielder and centre midfielder. He's got some excellent stats for a young man, and we won't let him go out on loan. I think he has the capabilities of playing in the first team, as he was very, very skilled whilst playing for Grimsby in the conference. So it's a huge step up, no doubt, but it's better to give these kind of players a chance while they're young and enthusiastic, and he could definitely rise in value. But apart from that, it's generally the same squad, give or take the guys we released. Maybe we've got too many centre backs. I don't know for sure. We might have to consider a 5 at the back formation, but generally we're keeping the same squad. Noy Baba, Sean Hutchinson out there, Captain Jack Price, Ollie Banks still here, Charlie Raglan of course, Sam Morsey, Regan Booty, who was the top assistant with a record-breaking 18 assists. Like, I don't give this guy enough credit. He was a fantastic find yet again from the director of football, so well done to him. And Benica Fobe and Jordi Hubula want to fit into the squad as well. They didn't have great seasons, and I worry they won't have a great time this season unless they really get their ideas straight. But if you want to see how the league table ended up last year, if you haven't seen it already, we'll do that for you now. So League 1 last year, this is how it ended. We weren't the champions, and we were a long way behind the champions of Rotherham, but it was a very simple journey to the promotion. But Sheffield United had to do it the hard way, and they beat Bradford in the playoff final, so fair play to them. So it's a double promotion actually. So after a nightmare few seasons, they're straight back up with their rich financial backers from India, I believe. Let's just check that out. Yeah, they are the Indian group. So Harry Wilson is the captain now, so quite dramatic turnaround for Sheffield United. But in terms of the championship now, a lot of these teams we would have played before, Ipswich and Hull, we would have remembered them. Rotherham, of course, here, Sheffield Wednesday, Wigan, and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we survive in this league. This is my number one priority. I want to survive at all costs, and despite a very tempting offer from the Japanese national team, it's actually, the message is gone now, but the Japanese national team and the Australian national team each wanted me, and I said no, because I just want to focus on keeping Chesterfield alive and kicking. But that's pretty much all I need to say for pre-season thus far. The schedule I'll actually show you now. So this is Tommy Lee's testimonial match. As I said, it's actually made television, so we'll make even more money for charity. And we have some big games to look forward to against QPR and Brentford and Havant and Waterlooville, and that should be all great. Then Leicester, York, Brighton, West Ham and Cardiff will be a very difficult opening 5 games. No easy ties. So to put it into perspective, we go back to season 2, we lost 9 games on the bounce, including an 8-1 defeat, 4-2, 5-1. So basically, if we get 9 points in the first 9 games, I'll be thrilled. It'll be much, much better than how we did the last time. And I think we have the players capable of a reasonable fight against relegation, but we will be training hard on fitness, and then we'll move on to defensive duties and that sort of thing. But if you still got time, please stick around and I'll show you any goal highlights between Chesterfield and Man United in this brilliant fixture. But for now, we'll see you again soon. I hope you enjoyed, and fingers crossed for the season ahead. Bye now.